Hi, Erin. This is Sarah with Flourish, and this is a screencast. And what a screencast is when I can record a portion of my screen and kind of walk through my clients' websites or Etsy shops and kind of point out things as we go along. It's a great way to connect with my clients and show them what they need to do to perhaps improve or where they can make some changes or even where their strengths are. So I'm going to minimize my face in the middle of the screen down to the bottom, and I will be kind of walking through. And the reason why we're doing this screencast is because you had made a comment in, I think, the lounge on Facebook, in our Facebook groups, and your post was very common to what I've seen some others express. Right now, there's a lot of people that are slow on Etsy and off of Etsy. And you know, as a seller, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur in general, we're always scrambling to find out what's wrong. And sometimes there are just ebbs and flows in business. Sometimes there are just fluctuations in the market. Sometimes external situations affect how your shop grows. And this happens not just online. This also happens in physical stores as well. The economy is what it is. Depending on what you sell and depending on what market you're in, it can vary how well you do or how well you don't do. But those are things that are out of your control. So what this screencast should do is talk about things that you can control. And I think, and I know the Marmalade guys also made a blog post similar about what to do when your sales are slow. There are so many things that we can be working on as business owners. And I think that if you can try, and I know it's sometimes you want to just find out, hey, is it just me or is it everybody else? So I totally understand reaching out to the group and saying, hey, what's going on? I'm a little, down. I don't know what's happening. I'm doing everything I can. And getting just, hang in there, or I'm going through it too, definitely can help you feel like you're not alone. But I want to tell you, as your coach, what you can do to stay busy, to keep moving forward, and to keep your eye on the prize, so to speak. Because the work that you do through the downtimes, you're going to get back in triple or quadruple when things pick back up. So I hope this helps. I really appreciate you allowing me to share it with the group so that everybody can learn. And if you have any questions, of course, you can ask me in the thread below this post, or you can send me a PM. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, let me adjust my screen here. Yes, we're in the lounge. Okay, so your post was, it's going harder and harder every day to keep my head up. I wake up hopeful and ready to promote or make new designs and products, but by evening, there are no sales. Motivation is gone, and I just want to hide under the covers for the rest of the day. I don't know what else to do. I love my products and truly believe in them. How do I get other people to have a chance to love my products too, besides spending money on ads? Okay, so let me address that really quick. I am a big believer in organic traffic. As far as social media goes and like Facebook ads and things like that, I really believe that if you are engaging with your fans and followers and you are providing them content that they would love, that they want to eat up, I think that you'll get a lot more engagement. As far as Google ads, again, I think if you properly optimize your site, perhaps add a blog onto it and keep that going and up, I don't think that you need to spend money on advertising. So there's that. Let's go through your site. So somebody asked to share your link, and you put your link. It's your website. So I'm not sure if you have an Etsy shop or not, or if you're just wanting to know about your website. So we'll click on it. Now, I have to let you know that this post was made last night, and I was on my phone when I first looked at it. And so what I saw mobilely may be a little different than what I see here on the Mac. But when I logged on mobilely right away, and I wish I could screencast my phone it would be so helpful if I could do that. And I'm sure there's some way that's really technical. I just want an easy app that I can like record my screen. So if anybody knows of something that's out there, let me know. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about your branding right off the bat. Sip and Dazzle. Sip and Dazzle, made to order and made with love. So exciting, right? Well, I saw this first on Mobily, and I thought Sip and Dazzle, that this seller must do blinged out wine glasses, right? Sip and Dazzle. So I'm thinking this is a seller who probably does the wine glasses, the personalized wine glasses, and she either does them with vinyl or she does them with maybe rhinestones or maybe glitter. A lot of people are doing that. That's right away what I thought. Made to order and made with love. That tells me that it is handmade. So that is my first impression right off the bat. And that's the first impression I had last night when I logged on Mobily. Then I scrolled down and I did see this picture from my phone. I don't think it's a very good picture. The lighting is not done very well. It's kind of shadowy. The lighting is off. Looks a little yellowish, peachish. It doesn't pop out at me. It doesn't seem dazzly at all. It almost looks like an older, faded kind of picture. So, and it looks like you're trying to appeal to mothers and to Mother's Day, or people that want to buy something for Mother's Day. So, and you have hearts, which means love and family and connection. But this photo does not wow me at all. And I'm a mom and I have 3 kids, and I would think that I'm in your target market. I'm also a little confused because it was the Sip and Dazzle. So I was assuming it was the wine glasses or the blingy stuff or the rhinestone stuff. So if your target audience is somebody who isn't into the blingy bling stuff, then you may have a problem with your branding. You may have a problem with the message that you're sending out there to the masses. This all matters. So, you know, sellers, they tend to get too occupied with SEO, right? And algorithms, because we teach that, of course, and it's all over the place. And they're like, I'm doing something wrong. I'm not keywording my stuff. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. They don't realize that the whole caboodle, if you will, might be off, that your branding may be throwing everything off, that you may be trying to reach out to a certain particular market, but yet your branding and your words are repelling them. So, and I can use myself as an example because I'm not completely sure what you make, but if I would have saw Sip and Dazzle, like if I was walking in a mall or a shopping center and I was to see a store with the sign Sip and Dazzle, I would walk by. I'm not a blingy kind of person. You know, I'm more boho, more earthy, more ethnic liking and decor. I like pottery and, you know, just more like, I don't know, wood. I'm not a real blingy rhinestone kind of person, right? So that automatically, I would have kept walking. I don't think I would have stopped at your shop. So, and this is, please do not take anything that I'm saying as rude or mean or anything. I just want, after reading your post, I want to help you. And I feel like if I don't cut right to it and lay it out there, that you won't benefit from it. And that's what you pay your Flourish membership for, is for this, like, you know, help. So please take this all as constructive, because I want you to succeed. I want you to have a 6-7 figure a year business, and you can, absolutely. But you have to really go over the 5 pillars that we teach. It isn't just fluff. It isn't something I came up with to be like my cornerstone idea. It's truly what will transform your shop into a income producing business. So you have to think about your branding. So you got Sip and Dazzle, made to order with made to love. Now it says apparel and drinkware. I'm seeing travel mugs, coffee tumblers, and water bottles. So again, I don't see wine glasses at all. I guess you could sip out of a coffee mug, of course. But are these coffee mugs or travel mugs, are they like fancy schmancy? Are they blingy? Are they, what are they? So before I can recommend that you rebrand and change your name or tagline or both or graphics, I'd want to know more about your product. So right off the bat, and I should probably take notes. My daughter steals my notebooks like all the time. She's 5 and she loves notebooks, and so I never have them, but I buy them all the time. Okay, so 1, I'm concerned with your branding so far. So I have dogs and they're in my room. So there's a knock at the door or something, they may bark, and I'll pause it if that happens, and then I'll restart after I get them to calm down. Okay. Something else that I noticed last night from my phone. I noticed it right away, and I wanted to comment on your post and tell you, but as I noticed a few other things, I thought it would be better to do this screencast. So here is your products, I'm assuming, the things that you make, but you're showing the icon of the product with this graphic and word or words. Again, it doesn't make much sense to me, this like splotch of watercolor and name. I'm assuming you're trying to go to keep it in line with your branding there with the watercolor, but it just doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't look, it's not interesting, it's not exciting, and it doesn't want to make, I don't want to click all of these things, you know what I mean? Like I want to see what it is that I'm interested in, and I want to click and go there. And last night I was on my phone and I had to keep scrolling, right? Because this then narrows down on the phone, and it didn't have an example of a coffee mug. It didn't have an example of a coffee tumbler. It didn't have an example of dad or direct sales swag or any of this stuff. So I didn't want to have to click every one and then go through those products and then go back and then click another and then go. So I highly recommend that you show a picture of what you sell, that you have for your placeholder of your sections, that you show pictures of these things. If not, I would make them into a list, like a sidebar list. But even then, people are still going to have to click and go back and click and go back. So I absolutely think you would have a lot more people actually staying on your website. And let's talk about that for a minute, okay? When it comes to e-commerce, and I've studied the psychology of e-commerce buyers for years and years and years, okay? When it comes to a website and how long someone will stay on your site, there are so many things that matter, from your fonts to your layout to the color to the pictures to the copy to your pricing. I mean, everything matters when it comes to websites. And you don't normally, as a normal person shopping online, you don't normally think about that, right? You normally just do your own thing, but you don't realize in the back of your mind you're having certain things going on, right? There's certain messages firing in your brain, and some of those are feelings, some of those are emotions, some of those are anxieties, some of those are confusion, hesitation. There's so many things that goes into the buying process, and this is also true for in-person selling, but in-person stores. But e-commerce, the reason why it's so important for you to know these things is because in a click, in 1 second, someone's clicking out of your shop and into somebody else's, or someone's hitting that back button. That's how quick it happens. So your website, you know, as a seller, you're like, oh, do they not like my product? Do they not like my stuff? You know, maybe my price is too high, or maybe I'm just not getting found, and that's not it at all. You may be getting found. People may be going to your website, but for whatever reason, the message is either disconnecting. There's a disconnect there between your brand message and what you offer. Your site may be too hard to maneuver. It may be confusing. There may be some busyness that makes people feel uncomfortable, or maybe gives them hesitation. Maybe they're scrolling, and within a certain time period, and this is seconds or milliseconds, they're deciding that you don't sell what they want, or it's not worth the effort to find it, right? So I mean, just in a scroll, just in a finger scrolling down a main page, there's a barrage of emotions and feelings going on inside of the customer, okay? Inside of their brain, inside of what they're feeling. So it's important that you know that all these little things can make a huge difference. So just by showing the product on your main page can keep the buyer on your page. Right now, and this is me, somebody who's a huge e-commerce shopper, someone who supports handmade sellers, I would leave your shop. One, this does not connect to me with what you sell. Two, I don't even know everything that you sell because I can't see it, and I am not about to go through all of these things. Okay? All right, the dogs went. I should go shut my office door. Okay, let me just try to keep moving on. So I'm going to go ahead and click in one of these things to see if the Sip and Dazzle message rings through, because that's still a big question mark I have, is branding, branding, branding. All right, coffee mugs. So we have, I've never faked a sarcasm. Super funny. Don't be a salty bitch. This may be an infringing thing, just a heads up on that. I love the, I'm going to say poop out of you. You're my person. Because I effing sparkle, that's why. Coffee makes me poop. Coffee and cupcakes, life is perfect. The only thing getting any rest around here is my bitch face. Okay, so let's talk about this. I don't feel like this at all is that what you're making, at least with these coffee mugs. I do not see them that they're dazzling. I mean, you have poop on a coffee mug, and I think it's funny, and I think it's cheeky, and I think there's a huge market for that. Huge. I think that that's probably going to be a great seller. However, I don't think that that the people that are coming to your website are at all interested in having the poop emoji on their coffee mug. Nor are they sarcastic, nor do they want maybe curse words on there? I mean, I see Sip and Dazzle. When I think Sip and Dazzle, I really think of those people that, what was that called? Where you could rhinestone like your hats and like your scarves and your shirts. Bedazzle, was that it? Bedazzle? That's what I think of Sip and Dazzle. I think of that bedazzle. I think of like an older demographic of older women between, maybe 50 and 65, maybe 50 and 70, women that, have the rhinestone stuff, that have the, that go and have wine with each other out in their patio on their golf courses. That's the brand. That to me is the branding that you're attracting. You're not at all attracting, people that are sarcastic, people that are a little, I would say even geeky, maybe. I did not survive cancer. I mean, they're hilarious. I love your designs. I think they're cute. Let's look at this. Okay, makeup bags. Yeah. So so the main thing is your branding is not attracting. I'm writing this down. Your branding is not attracting your target audience. So that in itself it's going to be, no matter what you do, no matter if you improve your pictures, you improve your SEO, you study your pricing, your branding is not attracting your target audience. So that's right off the bat. Now, what's the next thing? The next thing is product photography, right? How can I see the product that you're selling with this huge custom on top of it? Now, please, again, I totally understand where you're going with this. I understand that you're saying you're trying to let the customer know, hey, whatever you want on this, I can do. Just contact me, let me know. I can put it on this, I can put it on this, I can put it on this and this. I understand what you're showing here, but this is not going to sell your product. I can't even see it. I mean, it might be blank, but I don't even, it's really, um, honestly, that would piss me off. I would be like, seriously, I'm trying to look at the product. I'm aware that you can put something on there. So you would need to take this off, and either you could put a design on the shirt that says your words here or your design here, like where you might put the design instead of across the entire item. Maybe the words example or something like that, but not these big, huge custom words that are over your pictures, okay? That's the first thing. Second thing, your pictures in general are not very good. The lighting is way off depending on what picture you're looking at. Two, a lot of the clothes that you're using are wrinkly. That's the last thing that I want to think about when I'm buying a shirt. This is nice, stretched out, form-fitted, you can see it. These are very wrinkly. So I would suggest finding a mock-up of the exact shirt that you sell, and or finding a way to do a flat lay where it's not as wrinkly and scrunched up. Let's see. Okay, is this shirt white? Because it doesn't look white. The lighting makes it look dingy, even a bit dirty. Again here, very wrinkly, very wrinkly. None of these, I can even see this image in saying because of the wrinkles and the lighting. So again, it isn't that what you sell isn't sellable. I mean, some of these are really awesome and some of these are really funny, but I don't want to buy that t-shirt. Those shirts, they do not at all attract me. They do not at all say, I really want to have that shirt. Now, if that was a bright white photo, it was nice and fresh and clean, and then the design and the words popped out, I'd probably be all over it. And I love, as you can kind of see by the shirt I'm wearing now, I love the raglan tees, that style. I'm a mom. Let's check out the For the Kids. Okay, so this is a better example of your shirts, okay? Now, I don't know if this is from the manufacturer or if this is something that you've done in Photoshop. I'm not a real big fan of the brick behind you, unless you had kind of a more edgy feel to your graphics. I don't think that the brick is probably the best choice, but these are much better than the last page that we were on. Honestly, I really feel that the white background, however, it's just cleaner, it's brighter, it pops. And again, you're kind of ruining it with the custom child raglan here. I would take that off. But I really think your site would pop. It would look much cleaner. It would look much more professional. People would much more enjoy shopping from you if you just had the white background. Now, I know that you don't want to look like a reseller. You don't want to look like somebody that's selling on eBay or Amazon necessarily, but that white background really does make a difference. There's a reason why some of those companies prefer their items to be on the white background, and that's because more people buy from those. Now, if you're on Etsy and you're on a handmade site and you want more of a handmade feel and appeal, then yes, you would want to use perhaps something a little different, maybe something staged. Also, modeled shots are so important, especially when you're talking about children items. So even if you didn't have them all modeled, but you had a few thrown in there of modeled kid shots, that would make all the difference in the world, because now moms and dads would be able to look at your page and kind of, they'd see that cool kid standing there, with a hat on going, or something like that. And they would get that feeling, oh, I can't wait. I want to see my little boy or my little girl in this. You can connect with companies like Little Diamond Models or Modern Kids. These are groups that you can trade product for photos from, and usually it works out pretty well. If you don't want to trade or go through that whole process, you can hire a product photographer. We have in Flourish, we have 2 or 3 that are amazing. Amanda Radigan, Brandy Inman are 2 that pop out. They're really good at product photography, and they don't charge crazy prices. Connect with them and say, hey, what can we work out, or what deals do you have going on? this month. You have to invest a little bit in your business in order for it to grow. I mean, you don't have to necessarily spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, but there are certain things that you need to invest in to really get a return out of them. Swag, direct sales swag. Great idea, great niche to fill. However, again, you want better pictures. I mean, your pictures really need to be improved. Let's get your contact us. Okay. So next in line after product photography would be SEO. I'm not sure what platform you're using here, and they all have different SEO, but as far as SEO, make sure your site is optimized. There will be sections, no matter the platform you sell on, where you can put in keywords. Make sure you're doing those types of things. Make sure that the images that you're using on your website for your products are named. Name them whatever you like. But like specific to that item. So like Raglan baseball tee or girls Raglan tee. Don't have it just the numbers that the computer generates for you. You want to make sure that you actually physically name your pictures. That helps with your SEO. If you have a blog, if you add a blog to your site, that will significantly help your SEO as far as a website goes, especially if you blog about things that you sell and you add those keywords within there. If you have any other sites that you're linking to, like your social media sites, make sure that your social media sites that you have your website linked in all your profiles. That's important. That creates like a backlink of sorts. Then we go to pricing. Your pricing on your items. Let's just go to coffee tumblers. I see, I get every page, I get something different. These are much better pictures. Obviously, they look like they're mock-ups because some of your imagery looks like it's just sitting on top. It's not curved around the cup. But I'm fine with mock-ups. I think mock-ups are great, although you don't want them to look like mock-ups. So make sure that you're really applying it properly, which this looks good. This looks like it's around, as does this. These are much, much better. So this is much cleaner. It looks better. Again, I would probably have some modeled shots in there. Have a picture of somebody having it in their hand or maybe sitting at the counter. Maybe have a picture of it in a car holder, and throw it in there so it breaks some of this up because this is like really repetitious. Okay, so it says from $20. So I'm assuming that I can adjust these prices. Again, I'm a big proponent of psychology pricing, which is using the 99-cent or the 95-cent price point. Let's see. Okay, so that's why it says. So I would change your prices. I would have it $19.99 without glitter. If you want a glitter bottom, I would bump that to $24.99. Also, I have an issue with you offering a glitter bottom choice. If you glitter these, I don't see an example of it at all. So you're telling me that I can get a glitter bottomed option, but I don't understand what that means because I'm not seeing a photo of it glittered. And also it's confusing because this looks pretty low, so I don't know where you would glitter it unless it was just this thin line. Let's look at your copy. All right, so again, I would delete the best part about it, no vinyl. You're already saying that design is permanent. Non-sellers don't always know what that means. So that's going to cause confusion. You have best part about it, no vinyl. Well, what does that mean, right? So you have a customer who doesn't even know what vinyl means to them. They think vinyl means a record or they think it's a material. They don't understand that it's what people used to use before they went to sublimation. They don't know that. So you don't want to put that. That's a negative statement where even though you're trying to make it a positive, it's actually a negative and it can cause confusion and hesitation and well, what does that mean? Or should I be looking at something else? Or, well, I don't even know what that, maybe I should look it up, and boom, they're off of your site. Do I want vinyl? It says no vinyl, but maybe I want vinyl. You know what I mean? So delete that off of your copy. Each travel mug is filled with a thank you card, care card, and an extra little goodie. I do not include any invoices. Some much are gifts. Thanks, Seymour, my travel. Very nice. You're doing some interlinking there, which is good. I don't think that's, I'm not sure. I think that's fine that you're doing that. But yeah, take that out. Your copy in general looks okay. I wouldn't say that it wows me, but it's pretty standard for a website. But again, it doesn't say anything about glitter in here. So I'm very confused with this whole glitter thing. Okay, so yeah, your pricing, again, I would recommend the $19.99, $19.95 with an upcharge to $24.99, $24.95. If you're going to do a glitter option, if you are going to do a glitter option on these tumblers, definitely show a picture of such. I'm thinking perhaps your glitter option was supposed to be for your coffee mugs, and maybe it just went, it carried over to the tumblers. Let's see if you have an option here. Nope, you don't. So that's not it either. So I would do your 11 ounce at $12.99 or $12.95. I would do your 15 ounce at $14.99 or $14.95. Or if you want it to be more than that, $16.99 or $16.95. Sturdy white glossy ceramic mug is an essential to your cupboard. This brawny version of ceramic mug shows its true colors and quality assurance to withstand heat in the microwave. Okay, very nice. However, does this copy make sense with this mug? Think about that. You're selling unicorns are real. So wouldn't you want in your copy some kind of whimsical, magical wording? You know, like, you know, have a magical day with this blah, 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 blah. Instead, you're using words like sturdy and brawny, quality assurance to a unicorns are real mug. Okay, so again, I understand this is important information. It's good information to have to let them know it can withstand heat. It can go in the microwave, it can go in the dishwasher. These are awesome words to include, awesome information to include, but it does not appeal to me, somebody who is looking for a unicorn mug. Okay, and no, not everyone's going to read the copy. Some people will just see this mug and say, it's awesome, and then they will want it and buy it no matter what. But it's important that you have that same connection, that you have that, that you're appealing to to the target market or the brand at the same time. So you have these disconnects all over throughout your site that I'm sure are affecting your sales. I really like this background. I like just the white clean with the shadow. It looks nice. All right, so then you have, after pricing and copy, that's really it. I think that if you have a nice template here, it looks like you have a very user-friendly website. Your branding needs to be redone. I suggest that you rebrand completely. That may not be in the cards for you, but it's something I would recommend. And then again, your product photography really needs to be worked on. Oh, my daughter's home. I'm going to pause just for a minute and then we'll recap. Poof, I'm back with glasses on. Okay, let's just real quick recap everything. So your branding is not connecting with your target audience. I would seriously think about rebranding. If you don't want to rebrand, I would find a way to perhaps change your tagline so that it kind of incorporates everything that you do. But honestly, I would rebrand. Or maybe change it up a little bit, Sip and Dazzle and more. But even that I don't like. So I know you're probably not gonna wanna hear that, but honestly, there's a big disconnect there, and I think that that will make a huge difference in the amount of sales that you get and your business growth going forward. You know, you want to think about your brand as the foundation. So it's very, very important. All right, then your photos, your lighting needs to be changed. You need to get more consistent with your lighting. Use the same spot in your home. Try to do it the same time of day so that your lighting's kind of neutral and and similar. I like to use early mornings or even on overcast days. If you're using a light box or a lighting kit, please, when you go to edit your photos, make sure that your balance is correct. I would perhaps maybe connect, since you're a Flourish member, I would connect with our expert photographers, ask them their opinion, maybe, you know, how can you get more consistency in your lighting? I'm sure they'll have wonderful suggestions for you. Maybe even partner with them for some modeling. That will significantly help your business. Then we go to SEO. Again, make sure that you're using your keywords, perhaps add a blog to your site. All of that will definitely help bring in more traffic to your website. Your pricing, you want to use the psychology pricing, either the 95 or the 99-cent price point. Also watch your price increments. I would do it in twos between $9.99 and $19.99, except for the end. So it would be $9.99, $12.99, $14.99, $16.99. Then that will jump to $19.99. And then in $5 increments, $24.99, $29.99, so on and so forth. Your copy, make sure that you're not just copying and pasting like perhaps from your manufacturer or from the supplies that you're getting before you personalize them. Make sure that you're writing the story to the person that's going to buy that object. So that means that all your mugs will be slightly different depending on the design. Ensure that you're using keywords throughout your copy as well, because that will help your optimizing of that particular page. So that's it. That's all I got for right now. So what that should tell you is when you look at this post that you said, and I see this all the time. People that are, you know, they're not motivated, they're not getting any sales, they're not getting any interaction, and they just don't know what to do. You have so much to do, so much. And if you just follow those 5 pillars, just take it one step at a time, I think that you'll find your motivation will come back. I think that you're going to find that your excitement for running your own business is going to come back. Things will start to look better. Things will start to feel better. You'll start to really connect with your customers. And all of a sudden you'll be, you know, this business that is an authority in your industry. And you'll be making the money that you really want to see come through. So I hope this helped. Again, if you have any questions, or if anybody who's watching has any questions, wants to post below the video, please feel free. I'm not sure if whoever's watching this, if you're not in Flourish, Flourish is a program to help sellers find success in selling online, either on Etsy or Handmade at Amazon or your own website. And you can learn more at www.thejoyfulentrepreneur.co/flourish. And it is .co, not .com. So thanks again, Erin, for letting me share this with other people. I really appreciate it, and being vulnerable and being open to feedback is wonderful, but that means that you're taking the right steps in trying to grow your business and finding success. So thanks so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye.